maximum power. I'm going to show you around the CBJ room. The biggest Columbus Blue Jackets fan doesn't even live in Columbus. He lives in Ottawa. Check this out. So, there's a lot of stories here. This hat is from my first visit. My first ever CBJ related trip. So that hat was signed by almost the entire, I'd say at least half the regular roster signed that hat, as well as John Tortorella. I'll find his signature here. That's Torts right there. And so back in April of 2016, I had planned a trip for the first time to go specifically to see Columbus and to go to Nationwide Arena for the first time in April of 2016. And I was walking down Main Street. We had just played in Toronto, and I remember the last two games of the season after that were in Buffalo and then back in Columbus for Chicago to end the season. We weren't going to the playoffs that year. Okay? So I'm walking down Main Street in Buffalo. I have no idea what to expect. I was just going to go down to the arena to kill time before the game. And I'm walking past, and I notice a bunch of Columbus Blue Jackets fans, all in jerseys and shit, standing on the side of the road in front of a big bus, in front of a hotel. So you know where I'm going with this. They start pouring out of the hotel, two by two by two. John Tortorella, all the players. Two players were already on the sidewalk when I walked up. And that was Brandon Dubinsky and Sergei Bobrovsky. I wasn't quick enough to get Dubinsky's autograph. He doesn't sign for a lot of people, so it's very rare. But Sergei Bobrovsky, man, when I met him, standing there shaking, I just told him, Sergei, you're my hero. It's an honor. And he signed a jersey that I was wearing at the time, which I'm going to show you. He signed it on my chest while I was wearing it. Okay? That's fucking awesome. And I met Bobrovsky about 2 or 3 times after that in separate incidents down the road, just before games and stuff, like pre-game walks and stuff like that. So, you know, that was also the first time I met the captain, Nick Foligno. And he's cool, because I've met him several times as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. This hat was from a year later. 6 months later, actually. I remember this. This was the opening of the 2016-2017 season, where we had 50 wins, and we had our historic 16-game winning streak, which is 12th, second longest in the NHL. And there's a lot of different players on here. Boone Jenner and Seth Jones and Marcus Nudavara. There's tons of players on this hat. Dalton Prout signed this hat. I remember Dalton Prout. There was a funny incident with him, but I love Dalton Prout. Lucas Sedlak signed the brim, but you can hardly see it. So, in that particular trip, you'll notice that there's another signature in black here, and that's Lyle Odeline. And he was the very first Columbus Blue Jackets captain when they came into the league. But also about this trip is I got another signature on this trip, and that was Zach Werenski. So I was a gigantic Werenski fan, and when he came in as a rookie, he was lights out right away. And I bought a jersey with Werenski on it, and I wore it down there, hoping to meet him and get it signed. And look what happened. Where is it? Where's my Z? Oh, he's over there. So I'm wearing this jersey. This big 19-year-old kid walks up, and he signs it right there in the middle of his 8 while I'm wearing it. And I was like fangirling him hard. He was probably scared of me. But like, even as a 28-year-old dude, I was fangirling him hard. That was a hell of a moment. I will take the time to mention to you that this jersey is from my parents. I got this for Christmas on my 12th birthday. Or sorry, Christmas on my 12th birthday. I got this for Christmas after my 12th birthday when the Blue Jackets came into the league. This was a Canadian purchased from Sport Check expansion Columbus jersey. This is an original from 2000. So this is over 20 years old, and it's amazing. I still have it. It looks better than ever. I had someone sew some stuff back on because it was falling off. Normal wear and tear. But wow, it's amazing. Okay. So there's that. And then this. Well, this is chronological. I'll get to this one in a second. So this hat is from 2018. Some nasty dust on here. When I went down for my 30th birthday. And from 2 seasons ago. And I watched players, come out the back and stuff or go into the gate. And the players that stopped, I told them it was my birthday. And I was so thrilled to have everyone sign. So I have Sonny Milano, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Adam Clendenning, Seth Jones, and Scott Harrington. And I used to wear this hat all the time. Now it's got autographs. I don't wear it. And then, this is really cool. So this card was unsigned originally. I had this card at home, just in this thing like this, without the signature. And then, last October, when I did my annual Columbus trip, I ran into Cam Atkinson's dad. So, Tom. So the dads took a trip to see their sons play for 3 games. And it happened to be the same 3 games that I attended. So, meeting Tom Atkinson, I was shocked. Once I realized who he was, I was blown away. I told him that I have a Cam card in my backpack. I happened to have it on me. Fate that I met Tom that day, probably. He takes the card. He says, "Let me get it signed for you." I said, "Perfect." Later that day, I got a text from him saying, "It's signed, come pick it up." So I meet him before the game. He gives me he gave me the card, and it's signed, and it's gorgeous. I just love looking at it. It's amazing. And Cam Atkinson is a prolific scorer, and it's also a numbered card. Out of 800, it's 791. So it's a high number. It could be worth a lot of money down the road. Okay. This jersey I purchased. I believe I purchased this on the same trip as the Werenski. So January 2017, I purchased this jersey to take home. And it's not an authentic, it's just a replica, but it looks really nice. And I love the logo and how it's held up. I've gotten it dirty a little bit. This has been kind of like my gardening jersey where I just like kind of wear it to get dirty and stuff. Or if I go, if it's a casual day at work, I'd wear this. Right. And then there's another piece of memorabilia here. And this one's a little outdated, but it is an authentic, brand new CBJ jersey with the new design from Adidas, and it's got a Panarin number 9. I had to get a Panarin. So the story with that trip is that I took a 20-hour Greyhound from Ottawa the night before the game and showed up in Columbus at about 3:30 p.m. on game day. And I did that because the plane was too expensive. And so I took the 20-hour bus ride. I get to Columbus. The first thing I do is I walk in and I buy this Panarin jersey. Because it was the very first game that we hosted against the Vegas Golden Knights, who were just new into the league that year, and I needed to see the first Golden Knights game at Nationwide. And sure enough, we kicked their ass, 4-1. And who scores 20 seconds into the game? None other than number 9. And last but not least, well, I do have a Jacob Lilia signature also from last October when I went to Columbus. And he was doing the post game there, and I got him to sign my hat. But also, I was gifted from a former player, and this is a big deal because we traded away Mark Mathot back in, I want to say 2010, to acquire, we traded him to the Senators to acquire Nick Foligno, our captain. And this is game worn, and not only is it game worn, it is signed by Mark Mathot. So that is pretty cool. And yeah, I wanted you guys to see how diehard I am. Umbrella, lanyard. I mean, you could look all over this room. I still haven't even shown you everything. Look at the bear. Look at that. I mean, that's an original Beanie Baby. Okay? I'm a diehard. You understand? Even that Calder Cup Championship banner you see hanging on the wall right there? I went to Cleveland at the beginning of the 2016-2017 season and got to see them raise that banner to the rafters. And they handed out replicas for the first 1,000 fans or 10,000 fans or something. I can't remember. But I was there early and I got it. So I just wanted to show you guys that I am the real deal. CBJ is the real deal for me. Now, tomorrow there will be an extensive video about pregame. Playoffs start tomorrow, and I know I'm saying this in August and it's weird, but playoffs start tomorrow, and I'm freaking out. Maximum power out.